Hello everyone, Nate here from the 717, and I'm going to bring you a video on spell placement and why it is so important. Alright, spells are expensive. Not as expensive as, P.E.K.K.A.s or even higher level dragons, but they still cost a lot of elixir, and you don't want to waste them. So while I'm talking about spell placement, I'll have you watch some of my raids that'll show some of the examples I'm going to go over. First of all, with your spell placement, we'll go over rage, then healing, and then lightning spells. Briefly for lightning. For rage spells, you want to use them to help speed whatever troops you're using into the base. So whether you're dropping half of that outside the walls and half of it inside, or you're already inside the base and you're using it to get them through the defenses faster, like I will later in this raid that's playing now. That's basically what you want to use them for, because rage spells are used to power up and speed up the troops that are within the spell's range. So you want to use them almost as a bridge to get them where you want to be. And as long as you can control where they're going, or have a slight idea where they're going to go. This one, you can see they kind of went up to that archer tower at the bottom a little bit, which I didn't expect because the air defense is, a little bit closer, but whatever, just dropped a few more balloons, and they sped up and took out that air defense. So, also with rage spells, you want them to cover defenses. You don't want to drop it and have it covering, an army camp, and then it doesn't hit the defenses at all, because you want them to get through the defenses. You want them to be strong and to be powered through the defenses. If you're not able to get your rage spell to do that, you're going to have a little bit of an issue, because they're going to slow down as soon, especially with balloons, they'll slow down as soon as they're outside of the rage spell, and then they'll get taken out before they're able to really do much. Alright, so as far as heal spells go, you want to drop them when your troops are low on health, or like I'm going to here, they're a little low, so I'm going to drop it so that they can get through the Wizard Tower, because that's the last defense that's going to really hurt them. I'm going to drop my heroes over there, so the Teslas aren't really much of an issue. And those aren't hard to take out with max level loons anyways. So you want to drop them when they're low on health. You don't want to drop your heal spell on while if you're using giants or hogs, you don't want to drop them on their way into the base, because that's just a waste, because you're using them on hogs or giants that aren't hurt at all. It's just pointless, and you're not getting your elixir's worth out of the spell. And you want to do that because spells cost a lot of money. And here's a special Go Wee Wee raid that I did when I was at Town Hall 8, which actually, which this will bring me into lightning spells, and I'll get back to heal spells in a second. You want to use lightning spells to take out the clan castle troops. You don't want to use it on a defense, and if they don't have clan castle troops, just save it. You don't need to drop it, because that's just a waste of 20,000 elixir. So it's pointless to use it on any other building, unless it's a building that you're hitting to get 50%. That would be the only case where you should drop the lightning spell on a building. If it's a builder's hut or the king or queen altar, then if you're at 49% and that's the last thing that you need, okay, drop it. But don't drop it on a defense, because it doesn't do near enough damage to take out any defenses. So back to heal spells. You want to drop them where your troops are going to be, especially if they're hogs or giants, because you want to keep their health high. If you're dropping them outside the walls, they're not going to be out there too much longer, because they're just passing through to a defense. You want to drop them within the walls in most cases, unless their defense is outside the walls, but that's kind of rare at most levels until you get a little higher up in trophies and such. But you don't want to drop them outside the walls, because it's just a waste of spells, it's a waste of your elixir, and you're going to kill yourself in the attack. You are going to lose, and there's just no way around it. I mean, very rarely will somebody win, and that maybe if they're using dragons or something to couple with their giant healer, then they'll get a 50%. But you're not going to get a 3-star. So just be careful with your spell placement and don't waste your spells. Don't waste a heal spell on archers. If you drop a heal spell on archers, you are just going to completely screw yourself over because that takes away health from your other troops. Alright? So please don't drop a heal spell on archers. Don't drop a rage spell on archers just to take out clan castle troops. Just please don't do it. You need to. The spell placement is so incredibly important to your attacks that if you mess up your spell placement, and especially as you get higher up in levels and attack stronger bases, if your spell placement isn't almost spot on, you will lose raids. And you don't want to lose raids, especially in wars. You want to be able to get the at least the 1-star, preferably the 2-star, and even that 3-star. And if your spells aren't on point, you're going to lose. So seriously, just use your rage spells as a bridge. Use them to cover some defenses, and use your heal spells to cover defenses too. And use them on troops that actually have a high amount of health, i.e., balloons have a decent amount of health. Giants, wizards, you can if you're doing an all wizard raid. I wouldn't recommend that because giant bombs kill them in one blast. But you can, and hogs, obviously. So just use your spells wisely and make sure you're being precise with where you drop them. That'll be it for today. Thanks for watching, guys.